Well, let's take a closer look at those one by one. Karen?
Well, the government has approved revisions to monthly childcare payouts, increasing them to 500,000 won for families with children aged 1 and 1 million won for those under 1 starting next year.
정부는 현행 부모급여를 내년부터 인상해 만 0세 아동이 있는 가구에 매달 100만 원을 또 만 1세 아동이 있는 가구에 50만 원을 지급하도록 하는 개정안을 승인했습니다. Okay, so from next year, families with young children will be able to receive more money.
A little bit more, it looks like. So these revisions have been made. I think we have a little child at home, and she just turned 8.
Oh, okay.
So, or she just turned 9, excuse me. So we used to get a monthly stipend, right? And it was 100,000 won, I think, up until you're 8.
Right.
But these are for children that are aged 1 and younger, and they used to be for those that are children that are aged 1. It used to be 350,000 won, but they raised that to 500,000 won for families with children aged 1, and from 700,000 won to 1 million won for those who are under 1. So it does cost a lot of money for children who are very young, those babies, because you have to take them to the hospital, a lot to get them immunized.
Sure.
And, they have diapers, the baby formulas. It's very expensive. So the government is trying to help out parents with that.
Exactly. So it's a government stipend. 매달 이제 부모급여라고 해서 이제 어린 아이가 있는 가정에 이렇게 돈이 나가게 되는데요. 정부에서 지원이 되는 겁니다. 만 0세 아동이 있는 경우에는 기존의 70만 원에서 100만 원. 또 이제 만 1세의 아이가 있는 경우에는 기존의 35만 원에서 50만 원. 내년 1월 1일부터 적용이 되죠. And another thing about numbers is I've always found this very tricky, and I've done this for years and years, but the way we say numbers in English and in Korean are so different. Even today, I have to always be very careful and wary of how I read these numbers. Do you ever have that situation?
I get confused all the time.
맞아요. 이게 우리가 이제 숫자를 끊는 게 영어와 우리말이 다르다 보니까 저는 지금도 이렇게 오랫동안 방송을 했었어도 사실 어려울 때가 있거든요. 그래서 이럴 때는 그냥 천천히 숫자를 보면서 읽으면 될 것 같습니다.
Always write it down.
그리고 아까 또 이제 8살 될 때까지 받는 그 아동수당 얘기도 잠깐 해주셨는데 그거는 이제 별도로 계속 지급이 됩니다.
Right, and that I think it's the same amount at 100,000 won per month, right? So the government has approved of these revisions. So revisions, they're making changes or they're making amendments. So for example, he made some revisions to his paper before turning it in.
Yep. revision이라는 표현부터 살펴봤는데요. 수정이라는 뜻이죠. 그래서 이 레포트라고 하는 그냥 페이퍼라고 많이 하죠. 영어로는 이 레포트를 제출하기 전에 수정을 좀 했다. He made some revisions to the paper before turning it in. 자, 그 표현도 있고 또 하나는 payout인데요.
Right. Payout, it's usually a large payment of money and it's especially as a compensation. So the payout here is the money that the government will be giving to parents for, taking care of their children.
Exactly. 우리말로는 부모급여라고 하는데 영어로는 다양하게 표현할 수 있을 것 같아요. Child care payouts or as we said before, monthly stipends from the government 이렇게 표현할 수도 있습니다. 다시 한번 읽어보겠습니다. The government has approved revisions to monthly childcare payouts, increasing them to 500,000 won for families with children aged 1 and 1 million won for those under 1 starting next year.